Let me ask you about Endeavor possibly going public. We could own a piece of the UFC, perhaps.
Yeah,
but you've never been in favor of that, have you? Or are you in favor of that?
I've never been a fan of it. No, I've never been a fan of the UFC going public. But because can you picture me running a public company? No, I can't either.
I can. Actually.
Well, let's take some bets on how long I last in a public company. What's the over/under on that one?
I actually think you probably could. 2 dream fights, if you could make them, what would they be right now?
Oh God. Well, I mean the biggest fights. If I look right now, if Floyd came to MMA, so if Floyd came over to the UFC and fought Conor again in the rematch, that would be huge. And a Conor Khabib rematch is massive. Yeah. I mean, really, the 2 biggest fights in the world right now are with Conor McGregor.
The UFC needs to do a better job of building stars and making people stand out. You agree with that?
I don't know. I think we've done a pretty good job. We turned Chuck Liddell into a star. We turned Ronda Rousey into a star. We turned Daniel Cormier into a star. John Jones. I'm just thinking of people, Conor McGregor, all these people that are here right now. I know the story you're talking about where some people who used to work for us, there's a guy named Marshall Zelaznik who actually popped off talking about talent and all. First of all, Marshall Zelaznik was never even involved in finding talent ever. This guy doesn't find talent and he said, I think he had a quote where he said, "I don't ever remember stressing about talent when I was there." Of course you didn't stress about talent. You wouldn't know talent if it was right in front of you. You didn't do talent. This was a guy that never believed in the UFC, okay? He ran in-demand pay-per-view. This guy used to run in-demand. So he was hired because of his connections with the pay-per-view industry. So for him to talk like he knows anything about this business is funny to me. But these are the things you deal with in a business like this, Everybody wants to take credit, or everybody wants to sound like they were a part of the overall success. And believe me, I've been hearing this since the beginning of my career. What are you going to do when Chuck Liddell goes away? What are you going to do when George St. Pierre is gone? What are you going to do when Anderson Silva's done? What are you going to do when Ronda Rousey leaves? And the list goes on and on. And I think that other sports have gone through that too. I saw a lot of that with the NBA when Jordan left. They thought the NBA was going to be in trouble. I think it's just a fun thing to talk about. Like, oh, they're going to be in trouble, and it's ridiculous. Believe me, there are tons of stars in the pipeline right now and potential world champions. And, we have this new show called the Contender Series. The Ultimate Fighter's coming back. The Ultimate Fighter's created more world champions than any other show in history.
And when you mentioned that you got that new facility right next to your facility, the facility that everybody knows. I went driving by 215, and you have a new facility.
Right. Yeah, we have 130,000 square feet right next door now, and we literally built a facility that is focused on fighting. We have a huge state-of-the-art control room, production center, and we're going to do live fights out of this place 24/7, 365 days a year. When you see the stuff that we're working on, in the next 3 years, again, taking not just the sport, but combat sports to a whole nother level.
Because it seems like with social media and digital media, there could come a day when your whole fight is based right out of that facility, right?
100%. That's exactly what the future holds. That's what's going to happen. Streaming is here to stay. It's real. We're way ahead of the curve on it. We got big plans for streaming and putting on live fights. Gates aren't even going to matter anymore. It's not even going to be about gates. It's going to be about subscriptions.